Just Haktua, spit on that thing.
I can't spit anymore. It comes out the sides of my mouth now.
Well.
And we're off.
Welcome back to the Trick Talking Meat podcast. I'm stunned, but I'm also your co-host, Brother John. With me, as always, is the Smoke Show.
Allie.
Greetings.
Good morning.
It's been a few weeks, so naturally you start out with a blowjob joke.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's me.
That's right.
It's me.
The con summer tour continues. We've had a little hiatus, but now we're back. How the hell are you? How you been?
I don't know if today's the day to be asking me that one.
Right.
Because I have braces and they hurt.
Right.
So I am cranky, and I have had, no time to myself yesterday. And so I'm cranky because of that. And so, yeah. So
Need some alone time.
I do need
Tip
some
her down,
alone
horse
time.
bath.
I need some me time.
Double click the mouse.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Is it really her braces, or are you just a mouthful?
No comment.
Right. You can't really deny it, because then what kind of guy are you? Well, hell yeah, it was all me.
And you also can't, embrace it fully, because then,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to choke you, but you're going to get a mouthful? Is that what we're saying? And it's deep, too.
But yeah, she's been rocking a little bit of a lisp.
Yeah. Well, a lisp, and I don't know, these trays have been, I think it just depends on what I say and whether or not I can enunciate it.
No, Herbert the
like
pervert from Family Guy.
Those guys, the word those always catches it.
You do kind of sound like Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Listen.
But that's the whole thing, they were telling me.
fucking ass.
They were telling me that, so you're going to hear that, you're kind of lispy, and don't worry, nobody else can hear. And the first thing when I come home is "Aw, you have a lisp."
A lisp.
If they were going to tell you that bullshit, they could at least have the decency to tell everyone else around you.
Right?
Is it bullshit or is it bullshit?
Don't say anything.
Bullshit.
It's
bullshit. It is a bullshit.
All right, Iron Mike, moving on. I did see something cool on eBay. Somebody had a picture from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out autographed by Mike Tyson.
That's
I almost
awesome.
bought that.
Oh.
It was
That's
this little
awesome.
Mac with,
Yeah.
Mike Tyson ready to beat his ass behind him. And I was like, that's
awesome.
my entire childhood right there.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
I don't know if I actually have that one. I'm trying to think if that's one of the games that we do have.
Mike
'Cause
Tyson's Punch-Out?
Otherwise, yeah, because if I still have that with
current
not with
set,
us,
no, yeah.
I mean with Dad,
Yeah.
Right.
with my childhood Nintendo,
Why do you not have these things here?
because they're buried under some other shit that
I'd be
I don't.
unburying that shit.
Yeah, well, I've been trying. Every time I go over, I'm like, hey, can I try and find these things? He's like, I don't know where they are.
Is he a hoarder?
No, he's just
got a lot
cluttery.
better
He
about
does. He has gotten a lot
It's
better.
somewhere in this house.
Yeah, it's just boxes upon boxes, and it's I don't know where to find anything anymore. But
Yeah, I'd be digging that shit out.
yeah, one
That's
day.
why I always think about the apocalypse. You see World War Z or Walking Dead, and all these people are dead, and the whole world's dead. Going through people's houses and finding their toy collection, because that's what really would matter in the apocalypse. That's exactly what I'd be hunting for. I'm like, hey, look, I never had a rhino from Mask. I'm taking that. Yeah, that would totally be me.
Yep.
I would turn into Arcade from Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Just fucking
Yo.
giant fun house full of garbage that has no value in survival mode. But it'd be a bitchin' toy. You know what? That's probably where I'd go for it. I'd go to Skywalker Ranch.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
take that shit over.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's got to be other people around, like old Kinner employees and stuff, like your...
Oh yeah, like my
Oh, yeah.
mom's
Right.
stepmom. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just with hordes of stuff, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Even they have their that stuff still. According to my grandfather, they do. So
Let's go to Calgary and rob the dungeon and see what Bret Hart's still hanging on to. We're taking your shit, man. That's the other thing. I don't watch those kind of shows either because they're so completely unbelievable. You watch Walking Dead for God knows how many spin-offs and episodes and
Right.
seasons
Yeah.
now, and they looked for everything. Prenatal vitamins, tampons. They had, scissors and car parts and food and water and ammunition. And 10 years into it, they're still finding all this shit. But you know what? Not once did any one of those assholes ever stop and say, you know what? I'm going to take some toilet paper because I'm going to need to take some shits here in the apocalypse.
Right?
Never once did any of those fuckers actually look for a roll of toilet paper. Yep. I mean, that'd be the first fucking thing I'd be looking for.
That's one of the things that I always thought. Like, I can't run. So it's like I would be total. Oh yeah,
I don't have cardio
who's gonna fix all your clothing and stuff like that? Because I know how to sew.
Steal more clothing. Who gives a fuck? There's whole neighborhoods full of shit. Now, granted, I take that back. I stand corrected. There's no clothing for my freak ass. So yes, I will have to.
You're kind of tall there.
We have spoken in the past about that.
Yeah. Okay. So again, you're right. There are no 6'8" white dudes running around apparently. So yes, I'm going to need drawers. I will save you. I will trip Josh instead, and we will run.
That's fair.
We'll have to restart the human race, much to the chagrin of my wife, but
I think
she's already gone too at this point.
I think the only show I've ever seen that addressed the toilet paper thing in an apocalypse scenario was King of the Hill.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they thought the world was about to end.
So they were stockpiling
Y2K.
TP.
So Bobby was the only thing I want is toilet paper.
Yeah.
Right.
And you just got some a shit ton of toilet paper.
I ain't wiping my ass with leaves. That's or using my thumb.
Nope.
Somebody told me it wasn't until the late 1800s that toilet paper didn't even exist until then.
Yeah. I believe
if I was John Dunbar, they would have found my ass out in that field. They would have called me white with a pine cone.
Well, that's why all those germs and dysentery was such a big thing, is just because, you wiped your ass with your hand you and
dig your
then
fucking,
you ate.
That's
dig your poo out with your thumb and then go have some chicken.
Yeah. I mean, ugh.
Jesus.
Yeah, don't worry about gangrene and all the other stuff. You're gonna get dysentery from
Yep, and die by shitting your brains out.
Eating undercooked food on the old wagon train and then digging a poo out.
Yep.
You get a trifecta of dysentery, tuberculosis, and salmonella. So I mean,
if this was the 1800s, we'd have to call Josh Stink Thumbs.
Why?
Be the wagon train operator and cook.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can cook. With a nickname like that, I'd have to be the cook.
He does cook.
Big
he does
stank
cook really
poo.
well. I have to say, I can't cook. I can't cook.
That's why they called you Smelly Legs in the old Wild West. You say they're going to make a Young Guns 3?
Seriously?
Oh,
Yeah, no, I saw it. Lou Diamond Phillips and Emilio Estevez, and I guess Kiefer's going to do it, but... Apparently the story
Did they all die, though?
Yeah, that's what I thought, man. That's horseshit. Lou Diamond Phillips had his whole ghost Indian thing where he walked into the cemetery and died, and the white horse carried his soul away, and everybody was dead.
Yeah.
But apparently it's going to be about Brushy Bill Roberts, his alias after Billy the Kid. I guess how he survived up into the early 1900s or whatever.
Josh's dad was in the second one.
Was he?
Yeah.
He was an extra. Yeah.
He was in the bar.
Really?
Yep.
You ever do any Navy films? Was he a seaman?
No.
When I was a little kid,
he definitely does not look like someone who could be in the Navy ever.
He could fit in with some cowboys.
Yeah.
He could not fit in with
even before all my movie and TV bullshit that I got into very many years ago when I lived in Tucson. Do you remember old Tucson? Did you ever go? Yeah, it was awesome. That's where they
filmed
is that where they filmed it?
That's where it was,
yeah. That's I remember when they filmed Young Guns because it was all over the news and the newspaper, and I had a weird obsession with that first movie as a little kid. But that being said, Old Tucson, they shoot all the old Western type movies out there. And it's an awesome place if you've never seen it. It's like an amusement park. It's like Westworld.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola.
That's cool.
But they filmed that TV show.
Sarsaparilla. Sarsaparilla.
My buddy one summer got us a non-paying extra gig. It was 12-year-olds on that show, Hey Dude.
Oh,
nice.
my God.
If you remember that bullshit TV show.
Hey,
yes.
Had the goofy-ass nerdy camp counselor guy running.
I used to zone out at that show all the time. I never paid attention.
Well, that was Salute Your Shorts.
Yeah, there was Salute Your Shorts.
Salute Your Shorts.
Right.
That one was more amusing
I turned into
than
that
Hey
fucking
Dude.
guy. A big, tall, lankety, nerdy fucking resort guy that dresses like a 70s rhinestone cowboy. That's the only thing I'm missing now. Dude, I would be awesome in tassels.
Yeah.
Dude, I needed somebody. You know what? Every year, my wife and family ask me what I want for my birthday, and every year I'm denied a Ric Flair robe. I would wear that motherfucker to Walmart. I don't care if it's 110 degrees. I have the strap, man. I got the belt upstairs. I just need somebody to hook me up with a bedazzler, man.
Heck yeah, bedazzler. I've been wanting a bedazzler for like 20 years now.
Disco stew. All right. No, you can't find those anymore.
No.
And even if you found it at like a Goodwill, you're not going to find the little rhinestones for it. I'm damn sure not going to sit there and glue all that bullshit.
Yeah, it's because now it's the heat set glue. Glue rhinestones that you have to set like everything.
No.
But that's the whole thing. Like people now, that's a hobby. Is setting like little gemstones. My mom makes them. They're like paint by number. Only it's with little gemstones, little rhinestones and stuff like that. And you put them in order on this painting, and it creates a picture.
You know what we should do? You were talking in the last episode how I'm always fucking with my family at Christmas. Mm-hmm. You should make a picture that's something just totally fucking vulgar and not tell her what it is. Just tell her it's like a hummingbird or something and see if she rhinestones like a cock.
She would find that funny, actually.
That would be, see, there you go.
I'm
I'm an ideas man. What can I tell you?
Growing up when...
God damn, I want to do that to my mom.
One of the things that, like... I think kind of like shows the relationship I have with my mom is that when I was 16 years old, my mom took me to the doctor and, saw me and she's like, wow, you're perfect. You should go work at Hooters.
Well, then, that explains a lot.
Yeah, it does. It really does. Thanks, Mom.
That's a great idea. There's got to be some kind of AI thing that can generate a paint by numbers for like a flaccid cock.
Oh, yeah.
And do it like one of those old like health books from high school, just like the diagram of the pecker and balls with and you wouldn't know it until you got halfway through it.
I know how to make them.
Do you?
Yeah.
See, there you go. I
know how to do the filters and stuff like that on them, but yeah.
Dude, you should totally do like a chick's leg spread with like a roast beef sandwich in the middle and just have an Arby's logo and see if she rhinestones that thing up.
I can't even eat roast beef anymore.
We have the meats.
Joke someone made with like just that exact joke.
What? The roast beef sandwich? The beef curtains?
Yeah. Yeah. I can't.
That's so wrong, man.
It is. It is so wrong.
In the upper echelon of things you don't tell a woman, I think the beef curtain sandwich is definitely up there.
It's up there.
Yeah.
Calling somebody a cunt.
Yep.
Definitely get your ass whipped by a female, and you deserve it.
I don't know.
I have a lot of British friends, though. They say that's not a big deal.
I was going to say, I'm getting a little more free with the word cunt, so... Right. But I think that's because I watch a lot of BBC and stuff, and we watch a lot of
Ted
comedians.
Lasso. Yeah. A lot of British comedians we use it still, too.
Like Jim Jeffries. I mean, he's like, he's known as the one who they allowed to say cunt.
And let's be honest, Roy Kent. The wise wisdom of Roy Kent from Ted Lasso. Don't be a cunt.
Yep.
Yes, sir. I'll try.
But apparently it's like no big deal over there.
Right.
At all.
You call somebody a wanker, though, you're getting into a fight.
Mm.
You call them a cunt all day long, you call them a wanker,
Daniel
and it's
Sloss
fucking
said, I've been called a cunt since I was 5 years old. Yeah.
I had a nun call me a rotten little cunt once.
Really?
No, I just made that up. If I did, though, I'd tell that fucking story to everybody I knew.
I probably would believe it.
That'd be like one of those things. Okay, I'm going to tell you 4 things. Like, I was in a major movie for Marvel. I was, I met Stan Lee 3 times. I worked in a grocery store for 20 years, and a nun called me a rotten little cunt. Which of these 4 statements? I don't know. It's a tough one.
Like I said, I mean, I know some. I've met some pretty down to earth nuns.
Right.
And by that, I just mean they would be swearing up a storm, but they were French, so I mean that says something.
And it turns out there's a Mennonite grocery farm store thing close by.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah, I know, right? And I bet their shit is insanely good because it's all handcrafted stuff and like meats and cheeses and preserved whatevers. And I'm like trying to figure out where this place is. But I feel like I don't belong in there. Like I'm going to erupt into flames if I try and go buy shit from the Amish.
Nah, they don't care. If you buy stuff from them, they're happy. So.
Yeah. I mean, waste not, want not.
Yeah.
Sure.
But, I mean, they have to have, like, the best, like, jam.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, their jam must be, like, heavenly. Right. And that's no pun intended, but,
That's your jam?
That's my jam.
I don't think you're ready for this, Jelly.
No.
Sorry. Beyonce says no jam for you.
I've been to Pennsylvania and we went to
You can't be ready for this. He just hallucinated.
No, I was thinking of a very dirty joke a friend told me once.
Well, go ahead.
This is probably going to get cut.
No, go ahead. Come on.
you gotta say it.
Well, you built it up now.
If I have spoken about anal beads and you
what.
kept it in, we are keeping this in.
Do you want me to tell a joke? I'd probably go to hell for this joke, so I'd probably have to get cut too. But did you ever hear about the two priests driving down the road and they get pulled over by a cop? Mm-hmm. Cop walks up to the window and says, rolls down the window, and they said, "Can we help you, officer?" He says, "Yeah, we're looking out searching for two child molesters." And they go, "Well, we volunteer."
No, that one can stay in too.
I'm going to hell for that, and you're laughing, so you're going too.
If I am any proper Catholic, we are keeping those jokes in.
Did you hear about the gay clergyman? He accepted donations in the rear. Zing!
Yeah.
I think we've talked about this before too. Like the old national hotline number for Girl Scouts was 1-800-BAD-GIRLS. No, I'm serious.
Really?
Yeah, they had to change it because some asshole figured it out. You know, it had to be some like Peter file or whatever, you know, that figure. Oh, it's bad girl.
Well, apparently, and this I saw this actually this morning today on Reddit. Somebody had found in a bag of pins, it basically looks like or at least how they held it, a hand, the symbol of the letter H in sign language, which if you turn it the other way, upright, it's the Girl Scout salute. Then somebody at the bottom goes, because of the way that it was going, it's like this. Someone goes, yeah, 2 in the pink, and people are like, can we not do this joke, you know?
There has to be a line.
Then there are other people who are all like, you're on Reddit, man. This is all free game.
The internet was created to give everybody a voice, and everybody uses that voice to say totally fucked up stuff that they would never say in a social situation with people in front of them.
Yep.
I mean, look at this fucking podcast. I'm ashamed to go see my family on a weekly basis. They're like, I can't believe you said that.
Yep. Our family, I don't think, listens at all.
Sometimes I tell Kelly, like, you know, she's like, what are you going to talk about on the show today? I'm like, well, I've got this, and you know, and that, and whatever. And sometimes she's like, oh, that's cute. And sometimes she's like, oh, that's kind of funny. And then sometimes she's like, oh, goddamn, you can't say that.
I think
that's the shit we talk about.
If and that's the ones that really get listened to.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not the only fucking asshole because I see the analytics on this thing. I know people are listening, and I see what episodes they're gravitating. Oh, like sex bots. Oh, wow, that's awesome. Nobody wants to hear my movie review of Army of Darkness, but I'll be damned if you want to spend like 30 minutes talking about cornholing somebody. Y'all are all in.
You know, anal beads and all that.
Anal beads.
Yep, I'm never gonna. Hey,
is there an update on Glove Guy, by the way?
No,
bringing
I
it
haven't
back full
seen
circle.
him since. I have not seen him since.
No Glove Guy sightings recently.
No.
Oh, okay, because it has been like 2 or 3 weeks. I've been in Mike Tennell, Saline County Con. Thank you very much for having me. Also, Ed Schumacher and all the kids at Joe Fest in Augusta. That was pretty rad. Had another great time there.
Awesome.
Got to see my prototype action figure. It's done. It's going into production from Chicken Fried Toys. Free shameless plug for John Russell.
Nice.
But yeah, I was kind of curious, man. Had we had an update from Glove Guy, or do we in fact have a new pervert?
Nope. Things have been pretty smooth sailing for the past
Roll
couple.
Roll Tide.
People, we're busy.
You know, again, I've said it 1,000 times. The minute I get on the microphone, that's when every asshole on the planet. It's probably some of my mother or something. Don't say nothing filthy on the internet. Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, like
that's all the internet.
And they're never mad. They're just seriously disappointed, and that hurts
honestly,
so much worse.
if I could get anybody if I could get her to listen to a podcast, because she's not exactly the podcast type, I don't think. My sister would find this hysterical.
Right.
I honestly think my sister would find it really funny. I'm not a podcast person,
but I find that I listen to them now when I'm in the car driving places.
Yeah.
And we give you like a good solid 40 minutes of horse shit to get you to wherever your destination is. Yeah. I'm providing a public service here, folks.
Exactly.
Right?
Everybody else, like 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
I need something I can start and finish.
I have ADHD, okay?
I
have ADHD, and if you... I can't listen to something for 3 hours. I have to
need
around
a half
the
hour
45-minute mark.
If I'm going to drop a deuce, I need something for about a half hour until my legs fall asleep, and then I got to get up and walk it off.
Yep.
I need something where I'm going to randomly hear something that jolts me awake.
Right.
Yep.
Like, oh, fuck that. That's fucked up.
Like, just when things start
We're
to slow down, all of a
bite-sized.
sudden, anal beats.
We're fun size. We're fun size.
Right,
Not
we're like
bite size. We're fun size Snickers.
It's like a Snickers bar at Halloween.
Exactly.
With the green nougat on the inside that makes your poo turn
Except
green.
they only kind of, keep on getting smaller and smaller.
Right.
That is getting that is. I have thoughts about the fact that fun size candy bars are like half the size that they used to be.
Oh, everything's half the size that they used to be.
Very true.
Have you turned over like a jar of peanut butter lately and had that big button up
bubble?
underneath?
Yeah.
They put it in there so it looks like the same size jar, but it's like
But
half
it's
the
not.
mass. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do that with wine bottles so they can hold the back of the bottle, but some genius in it.
I hate
I was about to say,
Nutella bottles.
It's not a wine bottle. It doesn't need the fucking
Nutella
It doesn't need the
bottles?
bubble on the bottom.
Nutella jars are the hardest thing to clean out, like everything
'Cause
out
of the
of
bubble,
them,
yeah.
because it's
Well, it's
oval
flat, too,
and
yeah.
it's
That is
got
the
bridges
hardest thing to clean
and
out after everything.
hey, I will
Second hardest.
I will
And tip her down,
lick-
horse bath.
and-
Sort of,
and I
how's
will
your father doing?
I will just outright say I will lick anything with Nutella on it. So
Right. Well,
just saying.
Well, there's the clip for the episode.
I'll be
Yep.
back. I'm going to the kitchen.
Yep.
For the record, a friend of over 20 years, you can say this shit. Do not go on Twitch and make shit up.
yeah.
Don't be a fucking sicko.
Yep. Because
She's just used to this dumb bullshit after all this time.
pretty much, yeah. Sometimes I just tune it out.
Right.
You just laugh and then you move on.
And that's where we're going to end the show this week, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, y'all. Do you want me to eat it?
Sure.
I
We've had this
mean,
conversation before.
I know.